Even though I'm not in the league and don't know nobody.
That's alright.
That might make it even better.
Talk about making it even better. We are back for the second segment. We've got the next 4 matchups. Went a little long on the first segment. I was rambling on. But we are back with the number 4 matchup. We got the Bloodhounds, piloted by Travis Sin. Like I said, he was a beast last year. He just had a rough go right at the end. But I definitely know he knows how to pick a good team. So we got the Rear Pan Stompers and Adam Styles. For the Bloodhounds, we have my boy. You know I love him, but you also know you don't want to be alone with him in that foreign restroom. At quarterback, number 7, Ben Roethlisberger, Miami of Ohio. And we got Marshawn the Beast Lynch. We got, as of last year, resurgent Danian Tomlinson. We'll see what he does this year. We got running back, wide receiver, flex position, Devin Hester, always dangerous. Roddy White, Hines Ward, Chad Ochocinco, Kellen Winslow, Roddy the Truth White, Sean Swisham for the Steelers at kicker, and his defensive special teams is Pittsburgh. He took him early. I was going to try to get him, but he snagged him. Backup quarterback is Mark Sanchez, who he has up for trade. So if anybody wants Mark Sanchez, make Travis an offer. He's definitely willing to get rid of him for a good number 2 running back. So be ready to have a running back in trade. He's got Randy Moss, who I already said today isn't doing nothing this year, on the bench. Donald Driver, Terrell Owens, and Carnell Williams. For the Rear Pan Stompers, we have Matthew Stafford, Jamal Charles, Ahmad Bradshaw, Fred Jackson. At the flex, Steve Johnson, Marquise Colston, Derek Mason, Dustin Keller, Ryan Suckup. Atlanta's defense, Matt Hasselbeck, looking to make a fresh start this year. And he's kind of impressive. He's steady as she goes. Mike Sellers, Derek Hagan, I believe he's with the Raiders, Just Win Baby. Anthony Armstrong, Toby Gerhardt, Jason Snelling, and Neil Rackers, backup kicker. I'm going with Bloodhounds on this one. I like his lineup. He's got a solid two running backs. He's looking, well, maybe one, LaDainian. We'll see what happens with him, but he's going to get some touches, especially some catches out of the backfield. He's got a real solid receiving core. I really don't like his bench that much. He's got an aging receiving core on the bench. And Carnell Cadillac Williams, who is more like Cadillac Hoopty Williams at this point in his career. Rear Pan Stompers has Stafford, who might come up this year. He's got a decent receiving core. I definitely don't like his defense, Atlanta. Matthew Stafford, we'll see if he can stay healthy this year, but I'm going with Bloodhounds just based on last year's performance. A little bit of credit goes a long way. So we're giving Bloodhounds the Playboy. You the Playboy this week, Travis. Rear Pan Stompers, you know what time it is. Matchup number 5, King of the Hillis and Hawaiian Hillbillies. Mike Pelyak and Jack Torriello. King of the Hillis, QB, Jay Cutler. Running back, Noshawn Moreno, Danny Woodhead, Ryan Terrain. Then we got Calvin Johnson, Brandon Marshall, Austin Collie, Dallas Clark, David Akers. New England's defense on the bench, he's got David Thomas, Kyle Rudolph, tight end, Tony Mawecki, another tight end. David Thomas is also a tight end. He's got 4 tight ends on this team, y'all. Ted Ginn Jr., Justin Gage, Bernard Scott, and Alex Smith. Hawaii Hillbillies, Tavares Jackson, Maurice Jones-Drew, Ryan Matthews, D'Angelo Williams, Percy Harvin, Johnny Knox, AJ Green, Brandon Pettigrew at tight end. He might have a nice season. And he's got St. Louis's defense. On the bench, he's got Vincent Brown, Darius Hayward-Bay, Brian Hartline, former Buckeye, Dexter McCluster-Fuxter, Kendall Hunter, Phil Dawson, and Seattle's defense. I'm going with King of the Hills on this one. Just like his lineup, I mean, we haven't played any games, so I mean, I'm just going based on what I see on paper right now. No momentum has been involved yet, so Hawaii Hillbillies has a questionable quarterback at Tavares Jackson. He's got multiple players with hyphenated names. He's got Ryan Matthews at running back, D'Angelo Williams, who's going to split time again with Jonathan Stewart, and untold rookies. Jay Cutler's going to have a big year. Noshawn Marino's going to have a big year. He's got King of the Hills has 2 stud receivers, Calvin Johnson and Brandon Marshall. He's got Dallas Clark and Austin Collie, who will be a factor when Peyton gets back. So I definitely like King of the Hills. Matchup number 6. Justin Dubrovchek and F-Bomb and Nilla Nation. Jada Nilla, what up? For F-Bomb, we got Matt Shaw, Ray Rice, CJ Spiller, who could have had a big year last year, but he didn't. Mohamed Massaquoi, Mike Wallace, Des Bryant, Aurelius Ben, Jimmy Graham, Mason Crosby, and Miami is his defensive special teams. Tony Scheffler, Greg Olson, Andre Caldwell, Bernard Berry, and Leonard Hankerson, wide receiver, Washington. A couple of tight ends up there at the top on the bench. Also Josh Morgan and DeMarco Murray. For Nilla Nation, auto drafting was kind of a beast this year, y'all. It was a long draft, but for those who stuck it out, I think it was worth it because they come out with better teams. A lot of these teams have a lot of players drafted at a position where they didn't need it. 3-4 tight ends, 3-4 defenses. I mean, got to get rid of those players, but the bad thing is it's harder this year. There's 20 teams, so you know, free agency is going to be a beast. You're going to have to be on it. You're going to have to know a guy who's going to get maybe 2 catches and 10 yards this week just to get that advantage. So I'm going with Nilla Nation. He's got Ryan Fitzpatrick, Adrian Peterson, best back in the game, Brandon Jacobs, splitting time because Ryan Grant is back, Steve Chicken Breaston, Reggie Wayne, Sidney Rice, Mike Thomas, Aaron Hernandez, Goskowski, solid kicker, and Cleveland defense, maybe underrated, but we'll see. On the bench, he's got Rex Grossman, Fred Davis, John Carlson, Sammy Strouder, Jared Dillard, Daniel Thomas, and Cincinnati's defense. I'm going with F-Bomb this week. Definitely don't like Nilla Nation's quarterback. He does have one good back, the best back in the game, but the rest of his draft is mediocre at best. Reggie Wayne has no quarterback to throw to him so far this week, so he's not going to be too effective. F-Bomb has Ray Rice. He's got solid receivers, Mike Wallace, deep threat, Des Bryant going to play a bigger role, really is Ben, Mohamed Massaquoi. He's got a decent tight end, Jimmy Graham. His defense is better, I think, so definitely going F-Bomb this week. F-Bomb, you are the playboy. Nilla Nation. You know what time it is. Come here, baby. On to matchup number 7. We have Bree White coming back. Had a good season last year, played with injuries at the beginning, came back, made the playoffs, made some noise. So I'm glad to have you back, Bree. Tony Romo, starting quarterback. Arian Foster. Michael Turner, Ben Jarvis Green Ellis, the law firm. Brandon Lloyd, another big year if he can get somebody to throw an accurate ball. Denario Alexander, Zach Miller, Dan Carpenter at kicker, and Tennessee's defense. Joel Dreesen on the bench. Brent Selleck, Brandon Gibson, Torrey Smith, 2 unknown receivers, one with St. Louis, one with Baltimore in the form of Torrey Smith. James Starks, Jerome Harrison. I think she had Jerome Harrison in last year. And Orlando Mare, backup kicker, going against King Flash, Dak Smallwood. Good to have you back, baby. He's got Tom Brady, Ryan Williams, who is injured, Michael Bush, James Jones for the champs, Hakeem Nicks, looking to have a big season, Jeremy Macklin, Braylon Edwards, relocated to San Fran. That's been like relocated to purgatory in the NFL. You don't want to be in San Fran, especially with Alex Smith. Oh my goodness. Owen Daniels is his tight end. He's got Josh Brown as his kicker, and his defensive special teams is Kansas City. He's got Tim Tebow, subject to much controversy on the bench. Travis Beckham, Zach Miller, 2 tight ends, along to go with his starting Owen Daniels, Deion Butler, Tashard Choice, and Jason Hazen. Excuse me. I'm going with Team Flash. I'm going with Zach Smallwood over Bree White. The main reason is because Arian Foster has a bad hamstring injury. Just saw it on Twitter today. He was tweeting pictures of his MRI. So that is her main weapon is on the bench, definitely maybe for 2 or 3 weeks. And she really doesn't have a suitable backup. Maybe James Starks, maybe Jerome Harrison on the bench. So she's definitely looking for a sub and continuing the injured ways of last season. That's why I'm going with Team Flash. Looking strong. He's got Hakeem Nicks. He also has to make a substitution, but if he makes that substitution, I believe he has some better options on the bench. He's got Tashard Choice. He's definitely going to get some touches during the game. So that's why I'm definitely going with Team Flash this week. Team Flash is getting the Playboy. Bree, better hire a bodyguard. Alright, that's segment number 2. We'll be back with the last 3 matchups. See you in a few.